Alright, so objective for the next 20 minutes is the main overview about CAT, CMAT. We are now exactly 5 months away from the exam. So let me divide your preparation into 5 months here. So month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5. Fine, so exactly 1 month, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fine, so this is your, which month is now? May end. This will be June end, July end, August end, September end, October end. Fine, so these are your overall 5 months. Fine, so that is how I want you to divide your preparation. If you have any doubt, you can stop me anytime so that I can take on the doubts. Fine, so first of all, I want to give you the complete overview what we are going to do. For the first 2.5 months to 3 months, I want you to do only basics. Okay, what are you doing? Because unless you do the basics, आगे जाके कोई फायदा नहीं है. ठीक है. So your target is July 31st to complete all the basics. Fine. So which is exactly 2 months from now. Worst case, August 15. Fine. August end will be too late to complete the basics. Okay. So if you are able to finish your basics, now first of all the question will come, what do you mean by basics? By basic I mean that if you are looking at a quant book, for example, I am now looking at topics on LCM HCF. Now LCM HCF chapter contain 63 questions. My objective is by July 31st you should be able to at least solve every question. You use shortcut, you use long cut, whatever way you should know how to solve the question. Okay, calculation wrong ho gaya, mistake aa gaya, that is not the main objective. Objective is you should know how to solve this. The main thing is the method. You should know the method. Fine. You should be able to complete the question. Time is irrespective of time. They are taking half an hour, I don't mind. But I answer that is the main important thing. That is the first target for next 2 months. Okay. That is one thing. Second thing, what people normally do, कि आज I'll do numbers. So next 5 days, that girl is working on numbers all 24 hours. End of the 5 days, she have completed everything. That is a good thing. But the bad thing is she's not going to touch the topic again for the next few months. That is the biggest problem what people have. एक बार एक topic लिया, they are going to complete the topic. Fine, I want you to avoid that. Fine, don't overdo one thing. Don't overdo one thing. So instead of targeting completing all the question in next 5 days, complete in 2 days or 1 day. Fine. Don't do 2 topics 2 days. Fine. How I want you to do is, suppose in 2 hours you can complete 30 questions from the book. Do only 30 questions. Fine. So that next month or after 2 months I want you to do it again. Because if you do it now, you're not going to do it again for the next 6 months. Okay. With that objective, I want you to break that thing into parts. So we are doing 1 level preparation now. Then we are going to pick up the same thing and going to revise everything again. Number 2 time. Then again we are going to revise everything again after October, 3rd time. So we are going to keep on revising all these books again and again every 2 months. Okay. So the same books you are going to see in Jan as well, but only for the basics. Fine. Second thing what I want you to do is, for example, now if you are doing a topic, I want you to mark the questions. For example, you did 30 questions. Out of them, around 15 questions will be good. And 10 questions, they might be very tough, or they might be interesting question, new question, some kind of a turning point is in the question. So I want you to mark all those questions. Fine. So what we have done is we have marked all the questions which you found are good. Take a 15 questions, you circle them, star them, whatever you are okay with. Fine. So what you have done is you have defined your scope for the next time. So next time when you open your books again in August, we have identified these are the areas I'm going to work on. Got that? So whenever you do any question, whichever book, just mark it out. Fine. Especially for the girls, कि अगर मैंने books को mark कर दिया फिर अगले साल कैसे पढ़ूंगी, don't worry for that. ठीक है, that is a immaterial thing for you. Fine. First complete those books. So these are the books you have to target in the next 2 months. So July 31st is your target to complete these books. Once we are done with these books, then we'll move to phase 2. I'll give you another books for the CAT exam. So don't worry about the CAT preparation. So you'll get more books in the phase 2. But abhi ke liye for the next 2 months, we are only going to follow 1 books, complete those books, then move to the books for CAT. Fine. Next 2-3 months. Any doubt in the basics? So your workshops, your basics will go according to that. So let me just remove everything from the board here. So we'll not talk about the after 2 months ka thing as of now. So let's talk about the 2 month ka thing only. Alright, so next come your next 2 months, which is your after your CAT का exam after your July 31st, August, September, October. For these 3 months, we're going to divide into 2 parts. One part of your day you have to think about CAT, and one part of the day you have to think about your CMAT, which is going to be in September. Fine. According to the government rule, if you go to the AICT side, all AICT approved colleges have to take CMAT scores. All AICT, matlab SPJN, FMS, XLRI, everyone is going to take CMAT score this year. Fine. कोई कॉलेज केस करता है वो अलग बात है, वो बाद में दे कैन sue the AICT आपस में इसकी ऑर्डर लेके आता, that is a immaterial thing, that is the future, we don't know about that. But as of now, all AICT approved colleges, which is except IIMs, have to take CMAT score. Fine, which is not at all a big deal for the college. You have to just add, we take CAT, comma CMAT score. SPJN they do CAT and CAT, ZAT scores. Then now they have just add CAT, ZAT and CMAT scores. Fine. So for college, it's not at all a big deal. But for you, it's a very, very big deal. Because CMAT overnight have become not only 38 seats for Bajaj, but all the colleges as well. And that is the main advantage of taking CMAT now. Fine. So those who are focused on CAT, please move your focus to CMAT as well. I'm not saying ignore CAT. That's why we are going to divide in 2 phases. That's why every Saturday, for example, we are going to conduct the class for CAT, and every Sunday we are going to conduct a class for CMAT. Because both the things have to go in parallel. Trust me, all the other coaching institutes are going to ignore this thing. Everyone is going to talk about the CMAT, CAT only. But I want you to focus on both exams. Let's forget about all the exams, SNAP, NMAT, MyCAT, they are all in the future. Fine. These 2 are the main exams which are there in front of you for the next few months. Fine. For that first 2 months, we are only going to work on the basics, and next 3 months we are going to work on the shortcuts. So moving on to the next part. Now I want you to divide how to study in the week for the working people and the non-working people. So these are your 7 days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Fine, that is your complete 1 week. So let's start with the non-working people, those people who are not working first. Fine, how many of you are not working? So घर पे एकदम लुखा, ठीक है, alright. So these are your 7 days of the week. 1 week you need off. Fine, so keep 1 day off. Let's take Sunday, Saturday, Friday, whichever day you want. Tuesday is my fast, so I normally don't work and do anything on Tuesday, so take a Tuesday off. Fine. See, if you normally take a Sunday off, it's not like you're not doing anything. You are eating your food, you're doing your everything. You normally do everything only. So this day you are just going to attend the class and take a mock online. So तुम्हारी officially holiday है, but you're doing something. You're just taking 1 mock. From next week we are starting the mocks. I'll talk about the mocks in some time. But do something. Fine. So it's officially you're off. You're not studying that day. You're not opening up the books. Okay, so 1 week you need an off. Okay, so you are left with the 6 days. How I want you to divide them? Let's start with the non-working people. So I want you to work 6 hours. Let's divide the day into 3 parts. Every day, a normal day have 5 parts: morning, afternoon, evening, night and midnight. आजकल 12 बजे के बाद ही बहुत लोग just study at night. Fine. So you divide your. So these are the 5 main phases of a day. Fine. So whichever 3 main phases you normally study, afternoon, morning, night. So pick up those 3 areas. Fine. And you are going to do quant every 4 hours. ठीक है, 4 घंटा दिन का quant करना है. Every alternate day. You're not doing quant every day. You're doing alternate day quant. कितना अच्छा लगता है if you're doing quant every alternate day. Life is simple. It's good for the other people, but for engineer it's a kind of a ego problem. यार daily quant नहीं किया तो मज़ा नहीं आएगा. Fine. So I want you to give a break. Take a break from quant. Trust me, quant is, don't overdo quant. Fine. Every alternate day, I actually overdid here. So every alternate day, मतलब alternate day. So this I just put extra here. Fine. So every alternate day we are working on quant. And remaining 3 days you are going to work on verbal. GK के बाद में करते हैं. Let's talk about the quant and verbal. These are the 2 main areas which you need improvement. Fine. So this is your typical day. 1 day quant, 1 day verbal. I don't want you to overdo things. ठीक है, 4 घंटे में एक टॉपिक करो, जितना आता है कर लो बस. Don't overdo. Don't pick the same topic अगले दिन. ठीक है, alternate day. Fine. Now the time which you are remaining with, then you can work on your LR. जिस दिन क्वांट के उसके साथ LR करो, जिस दिन वर्बल के उसके साथ DI और क्वांट. LR, DI, क्वांट, LR, DI, Quant. So what we're doing everything but in parts. Okay, kind of breaking your cycle. Don't study for same time, same day, every day. Trust me, after 1 week you'll be bored. So we are dividing the thing into parts. Any doubt in this thing? LR is logical reasoning, DI is data interpretation, Quant and verbal. कोई शक इसमें? Any doubt? Alright, for the working people, the graph remain almost same. The only change is instead of 2 hours, your thing become 1 hour. So 3 hours or 2 hours, depending upon what you want to work on. Ideal is 3 hours because I want you to work 2 hours for Quant, 1 hour for other things. So 2 hours for Quant, 1 hour for LR, DI. Quant verbal 2 hours, and 1 hour do something else as well. 3 hours. If you are unable to spend 3 hours, if you are only spending 2 hours, then it's enough. 1 day Quant, 1 day logic, 1 day Quant, 1 day logic, 1 day Quant, 1 day verbal. Quant verbal enough. DI and LR you can ignore for the time being. Fine. In fact, you have no more public holidays. All your public holidays are taken by me. Fine. In fact, the first lecture on the public holiday, which is August 15, is no more independence for you people. I'm taking a 6-hour LR workshop. Okay. That because the working people, the only time I can catch you for 6 hours. Fine. So for the working people especially, I want you to come and because this 1 6-hour lecture which I'm going to take in Thane, and all of you have to come to Thane if you're in the classroom, but online also you will get all the videos. But those 6 hours, whatever I teach you is more than sufficient for you for LR. You don't need to open up any books, any classroom. You don't need to attend any classroom session for LR. I've been able to. जो भी उसके बाद होगा will be only the practice part. Fine, but that will cover up almost everything. Fine, so that will be all taken care of. So that is the first thing I'll take on. उसके बाद जितने भी weekends, the long weekends आएंगे, I'll take care of that. So no more holidays for the next few months. Basically, for the non-working people, you have to spend 6 hours a day. For working people, you have to spend 3 hours a day, or at least 2 hours. इतना भी नहीं कर सकते तो छोड़ दो MBA. नहीं होने वाला, because trust me, you can't go to average college. For the working people, it's a catch-22 situation. You can't go to average college, and if you don't work hard, you can't get a score. Fine. So you have to score. No other option. Otherwise, stick to the job. Next week we are starting with the mocks. So we're starting with a surprise mock. I want you to take CAT ka mock number 1 and CMAT ka mock number 1. Don't worry if you have not studied. If you have just started your studies, no problem at all. The first 2 mocks are very easy. In fact, the first 5 mocks are very easy. Fine. First 5 mocks are toned down version of your normal mocks. Fine. Because I understand that you just started your preparation. Don't worry about the scores. They are very basic mocks. I don't want to be like the other coaching institute giving a very tough mock to start with. First 5 mocks are basic mocks. So you also enjoy. Score अच्छा आएगा, ज़्यादा खुश मत होना. It's a easy mock. Fine. So because we just started the thing, gradually we'll increase the pace. Fine. So first 5 mocks are easy. So in fact, every alternate week you're going to take a mock. Or do that way. 1 week you take a CAT ka mock, 1 week you take a CMAT ka mock. CAT, CMAT, CAT, CMAT, CAT, CMAT. So that you are well versed. So in the next couple of months, by the time you're done with the basics, you at least get an idea about the mocks. Fine. First 5 mocks are easy because first thing I want you to learn is how to sit for 3 hours in the exam in front of a computer. Trust me, for the working people, 3 घंटे बैठना itself is the main problem. Fine. So that will ensure, these next 2 months will ensure that you are doing something online and you are getting yourself ready for the mocks. Last 3 months, August, September, October, the mocks are the main mocks. When you are done with the basics, then your actual calculations start. Okay, so don't worry about your scores, your percentile in the first few months. Fine, because you're just starting. So mocks are very basic mocks. Any doubt in this thing? So don't worry about your scores. Fine, so you can log into your site mockengg.com. Fine, if you have not got your login ID done, please call the numbers on the site. They will sort out the login ID. That is for the next 1 month. Next 1 month, after the 1 month, we are combining everything into one. CMATking, mock engineering, mock.info into one site. Fine, that is my future plan, my 1 month plan. After May CMAT, that was something I want to work on. And mockengg.com, last year we were struggling with the site because we were not expecting that huge crowd. We had last year 4,000 students taking mocks. Okay. And what happened? other coaching institute, no one goes to their coaching site for last 1 month because they know that there are only mocks and nothing else. But we have got everything, GK, video and everything on our site. So lot of, in fact, the more people log in towards the end. So 4,000 people coming together, the server never had a capacity to withstand that. But now everything is online, everything is on the cloud. So in fact, we are following the same strategy which is followed by the CAT people. We are using the loft technology to make the papers. In fact, no two students will see the same paper. हर एक का paper change हो जाएगा, ठीक है? So don't compare your score with the person next to you. Fine. So will be not same. Fine. So we are using the same technology only for the CAT part. And CMAT mocks still remain the same, but that is only for the CAT part. So you'll get the login ID. So I want you to start your preparation for mocks like this, gradual increase. Fine. Next 2 months basic, then we'll increase the pace for the mocks. 2 month के बाद तुम्हारा क्या score आ रहा है will be counted, but for the first few months don't worry about the scores. Worry about getting into the flavor of the things. Alright. Next part is the GK part. From next month we'll start with the GK classes. Fine. For the time being for GK, I want you to do a couple of things. One is a newspaper. This time CMAT, SNAP and my paper. CMAT, if I talk about 20 out of 25 questions were based on newspaper. Last 1 year ka news. Directly or indirectly. Okay. Lot of questions now are coming based on that. Not same question but which are based on that. Okay. Mary Com, sabko malum hai. If I ask you who won a bronze in Olympics, everyone can tick mark that thing. Question was ke Mary Com belongs to which state? Manipur. Okay. That you can still answer. Now she also won some Asian game में gold medal. They asked you who won a Asian Games gold medal. Then you will, अरे साला Olympics में कौन जीता, मैं वो नहीं पता, तो who will know about the state games or those things. So basically same person, but rather than asking you a direct question on Olympics which you know, they're asking you indirect question. Okay. So if Mary Com won the award, when they gave you, for example, if there's a Asian Games, I don't know which games are coming up, if there's a Asian boxing tournament, something like this, and Mary Com won. So the news will say Mary Com won this gold, plus she had won in Olympics, she won that. So you not only have to know what is the current news, but also what is the related news. That is your target in the next 2 months. Fine. Apart from this, from GK point of view, fine. On mock engineering we have the visual GK, so I want you to start with the visual GK as well. Fine. But that is not not important as of now. But the other thing apart from this is your Business Today and Business World. Business World is a magazine on current affair. Business Today is a magazine on current affair, and this thing. Sorry, not Business World, but India Today. India Today is current affair. Business Today is business affairs. So these two magazines are more than sufficient to cover up everything. Trust me, you have to start with the word like ICICI Bank का full form क्या. You can expect question like that as well. In fact, ICICI Bank का full form is the most commonly repeated question in CMAT. Every year, every CMAT there is one question based on that. That is your luck, you get this question on it. ICICI, FICCI, you know FICCI, FICCI, FICCI. Fine, all this kind of a common question. BT is Business Today, that is the business news. India Today is the current affairs. Fine, that is one magazine. If you don't want to follow that, if you want option, then Business World is another magazine, and Outlook. Outlook is for current affairs, Business World is for the business news. To get these two things. See, reading you have to do anyways for your this thing. Fine. Last thing is the most common question. Sir, I am weak in quant. How to improve quant? I am weak in engineer. I am weak in verbal. How to improve verbal? Fine. First of all, no one is weak in quant. Fine. If you see quant ka there are 25 topics. Fine. So you're not afraid of the complete quant. Within quant there are few topics which you are afraid of. Fine. For the next 2 months, all you have to do is identify those topics. और वो समझ तब आ गया पढ़ने के बाद. बिना पढ़े कुछ समझ आने वाला. Fine. For example, if I talk about logs, 80% of the class, 1 week before the CAT exam, 80% of the people will say I'm weak in logs. ठीक है. If I ask you, did you try logs? नहीं. Obviously कहाँ से आएगा? If you unless you improve the topic, nothing is gonna happen. Fine. So next 2 months, let's go through all the topics so that you identify your weak areas. So that last 2 months, which is your August, September, October, we can work on the weak areas. Fine. Same for English as well. Verbal is not like your complete verbal is bad. Within verbal, there are few areas which are making you uncomfortable. Fine. Let's talk about the verbal for some time. I was weak in verbal, so I did this analysis after my CAT exam. Fine. These are your strong area, weak area. So let's identify your strong area, weak area. RC, there are some RC which are based on facts. Find the meaning of that word, what the author mean by using this word, this sentence. It's kind of fact based, which is something already there. Fine. Then there are some RC which are inference based. What is author's tone? What is author trying to say? Fine. Which are inference based, which you have to understand the RC and then solve. Fine. Paragraph jumbles, paragraph completion. Paragraph completion, in fact, is a new thing which most of the coaching should ignore, but we are going to work on that because there are going to be 3 questions in CAT and 2 questions in CMAT on paragraph completion. There are going to be a paragraph which last 1 line or 2 things are gone. Fine, you have to find the last line. Fine, so that is the paragraph completion. Followed by your fill in the blanks and vocab. Followed by your grammar and sentence correction. Critical reasoning. So this is your complete scope of verbal ability. Fine. Now if I talk about myself, grammar and sentence correction I need to improve, obviously. This is my area of improvement. Critical reasoning is LR only, end of the day. Fine, you can improve that on LR. Paragraph completion, paragraph jumble, they are both based on LR. So isko nikal do. So you can work on that. That can be done. It's normal common sense based thing. You don't need to know English to solve these things. Okay. So these things are gone. Now left is the reading. If you see, these 4 topics are going to include reading. In fact, in your CAT paper, 14 out of 20 question. In your CMAT paper, 16 out of 25 question are only based on reading. So reading to karna hi padega. So you have to open your books. Fine. So reading is one thing you have to improve. Then is your vocab. Third thing is grammar. ये 3 चीजें पे तुम्हें काम करना है. Fine. If I took my example, मेरे को in my time grammar and inference based RC, these 2 things were there which used to make me down, used to make me feel down. I can manage this thing, I can manage this, I can manage every other thing, but these were the 2 areas which made me lose my confidence in verbal ability. Fine. So for the first few months, I wanted to work on everything. Let's improve everything. In fact, online if you go, there are around 20 videos available only for sentence correction. So go through those videos. They are very, very boring videos, मैं अभी बोल देता हूँ, but they are very important to cover up the basics. So if I summarize everything, these are the 5 months remaining. Fine. After these 5 months, we'll talk about the other exams. SNAP, NMAT, CMAT, FEB CMAT, सब छोड़ दो, बहुत time है उसके लिए. Fine. So I'm going to give you one set of books which you have to finish by July 31st, and then another set of books for the CAT and September का CMAT. इसमें you will get a DI का book, LR का book, verbal का book, और क्या बचा, quant का book. Fine. DI and LR, this is more than sufficient for your every exam. In fact, after that SNAP, NMAT, CMAT, सब कुछ उसमें आएगा. Fine. They contain the sets which are easy as well and tough as well. So everything is going to be covered. Fine. But to reach that stage, we have to complete the basics. Fine. So that you can enjoy the phase 2. ये किए बिना आगे जाने का कोई फायदा नहीं. ठीक है. That's your overview kind of thing for the next 5 months. Last thing is the target. For the time being, your target is 60%. If you are scoring 60% marks in CAT, you will get IIM Ahmedabad ka call. Now, admitting. Now the target is 60. Gradually we'll move the target to 70, 80, 90, 99. Fine. Month by month we will improve and try to increase the target. Abhi ke liye, if you are from next week, when you start the mocks, if you are getting around 60%, it's a very good score. Fine. So that is more than sufficient. So right now, if I talk about CAT exam, for example, 60% is a good target as of now. Fine. CAT ka thing, how I want you to the breakup wise quant. If I talk about quant ka section, there are 20 questions on quant, 10 questions on DI, or maybe you will get 21 here, 9 here, whichever. But a moti breakup is this. Verbal section, there will be 20 questions on verbal, LR 10 question. Cutoff for CAT is 20 question out of 30. If you are doing 20 questions right, you are getting 99% plus. you'll be surprised to show 22 क्वेश्चन राइट हो गया 99.99 percentile. 2 क्वेश्चन. The gap between 90 percentile and a 99 percentile is 2 questions. If you're doing 18 right, you are getting 92-93%. If you're getting 20 right, you're just 99. If you're 22 right, 99.99. So there's hardly a 2 question का gap between 90 to 99.99 and 99 to 90.99. Fine. How to get those marks? DI is going to be very, very easy. Fine. In fact, it's the easiest section among all in the last 5 years of CAT. All the other coaching institute mocks I don't know, I don't care about. They give a very, very tough quant. Fine. I don't want to name them, but that is a nonsense marks. So CAT have become very, very simple. Obviously not that simple, but still easier than your expected paper. Fine. So 8 out of 10 is your expected score you have to target in DI. In fact, the DI which I cover in the classes is more than sufficient. You just have to go home and revise. Fine. And remaining 12 questions out of quant in 20 out of 20. Same for verbal. LR में सिर्फ puzzles आएगा. There are going to be 9 questions based on puzzles. 3 का 3 set. Out of that 8 question easy, 1 question थोड़ा टेढ़ा आएगा, चाहे छोड़ दो. 8 question out of 10 from this section and the remaining 12 question from this section. 99% आई. 20 का अगर 22 हो गया 90/99. But let's not target that. Let's target with the easy thing. If you are very, very weak in verbal, मेरा सर माइनस में जाता है, 10 आता है, 20 आता है. If you are just doing the LR का part, you are going to get 78% marks. 78% in verbal. ठीक है. If you only do LR. Fine. So if you are expecting minus or 0 in verbal, at least do LR, so that you ensure some marks. Especially the people who are targeting MyCAT and all, your target is 90%. But don't target 90. When 90 target करो तो 80 आएगा फिर. You have to target 99 so that at least 80 आ जाए. So at least 90 आ जाए. ठीक है. So that way we can cover up all the things. Alright. Last thing is a CMAT. So quant, logic, verbal, GK. Anyone took this CMAT जो भी हुआ था, कोई क्या है? कब दिया था, कौन सा डे? Day 3 of CMAT was the most horrible CMAT in the history of CMAT. वर्बल लंबा था ही था, वर्बल तो बाकी सबका था, लेकिन वो भी टफ आ गया. सो अगर गलती से आपका उस दिन आ गया फिर तो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट थिंग द डे विच यू आर गोइंग टू पिक फॉर योर एग्जाम यू हैव टू टॉक टू मी बिफोर यू फाइनलाइज द डेट. फाइन. सेकेंड लास्ट डे इज ऑलवेज बैड. फेब CMAT, सितंबर CMAT, लास्ट CMAT, 3 बार CMAT देखा और ये 4th CMAT, 4 CMAT देख लिया. Day second last day is horrible. और this time even there were 5-6 questions which are there which were in CAT जो कभी CMAT में आए नहीं कभी. ठीक है. So your CMAT का level have gone up. In fact you should be prepared for the high level of CMAT. Fine. So that all will be covered. So those who are only targeting CMAT, fine. So if you are preparing for CAT का level तो CMAT will be comfortable. In fact all the college XLRI, all the colleges are going to take your CMAT scores. Fine. So CMAT the only thing you have to manage is GK. That is the main area. In fact, anyone who has scored well, in fact, we've got rank 2, rank 6, rank 7 in CMAT. All of them have day 2, slot 2. And all of them scored 95, 90, 92 marks in GK. Okay. So quant 100 by 100, LR 90s. So 90s in quant, 80s in LR, 86, 87, whatever you want to target. 70s in verbal and 60s in GK. That is your target score for your CMAT. 90, 80, 70, 60, which is the total become 310 plus. That's the minimum you have to target for your JBMS or a good college. And agar XLRI, FMS, SBJ are taking this score, then cutoff is going to go high. Obviously, then 300 become 330 cutoff. Obviously, because everyone is going to take the exam. Alright. That's all I wanted to cover in this part. So thank you.